I guess you can say she took him by the horns. Get it? Get it? Cause they have horns. They're like little We're talking about Neon White, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for quite some time, I have been eager to express my thoughts about Neon White for a very long time, especially since I've known about this game in its early development phase, believe it or not. And seeing this now and having finally played this game to its fullest, okay, well, I gotta be honest here somewhat, but you get what I mean here. Oh man, I have a lot of things to say about this game. In fact, in some way, I was exposed to Neon White thanks to the community manager, Tiffany Lockhart. So shoutouts to you, Tiff. Thank you so much for spreading awareness to this game. This is truly an incredible experience I had. I can't wait to share it with people here. And I have so many things to say about this as a whole. So very exciting. I cannot wait to really cover this game. Okay, now, seeing that Neon White is also a very recent game, and one that I'm sure not many are aware of as far as I'm concerned, I won't spoil too much of the story, so don't worry on that front, as after this video is over, I hope you all get a chance to get it on Steam or on the Nintendo Switch. Whichever one you prefer, honestly, just get this game as a whole. Plus, Neon White's only 25 bucks, and trust me, when this entire video is over, you're gonna want to cough up that money. Give me all you have, wallet! So now, Neon White's story is one that I think is the most expected when it comes down to what most anime-style games provide. Your protagonist, Neon White, haha, very funny, very clever there, developers, anyway, has amnesia, and throughout your adventures here in Heaven, and its many parkour maps surrounded by tremendous amount of demons that will just utterly kick your ass till kingdom come, your goal is to not only reach a spot of redemption in Heaven by being the champion of the Neons, but also to retrieve your memories along the way, learning more about yourself, and as a result, reach to the conclusions needed in the end. Look guys, I know it sounds pretty standard, but considering the fact that this is an anime-based game, you know at some point we're fighting God or something of the sort. It's that standard, but that's for you to figure out when you get this game yourself. Like I said, no spoilies here. The presentation of this game, to start there of all things, it's something that I think most would find enjoyable, and I think visually speaking, they did a pretty good job at providing a nice balance between the edgy character designs and the hardcore fast-paced speedrun platforming. Makes this game show an aesthetic that could be akin to that of Mirror's Edge, to put a comparison of sorts here. Granted, it is very monochrome at times, and that can come off as a weakness to its presentation since there isn't much variety in level design, traversal, and overall plot details. However, that's just something nitpicky on my end because despite the blandness of each character besides their assigned color palette, the dialogue of each of them within the story of Neon White is what carries the aesthetic forwards. And also backwards in some cases. Yeah, we're definitely starting there. Oh man, we're already going down the trenches here, are we? Alright, so I have to be honest here, ladies and gentlemen. I love the game, I really do, but for some apparent reason, I don't like the voice acting at all. But please hear me out on this rationale. For starters, the characters of Neon White are well represented and diverse. Sure, that's a fact, you cannot deny that by any means necessary. But their dialogue is something that almost makes me tone deaf at times. Like, as much as I enjoy the game's aesthetic, which is essentially if you take a bunch of Hot Topic employees into a pool of religion for a good few hours, the script needs an absolute revision of sorts because the amount of Twitter Gen Z simp bro speak I've heard throughout the entirety of this game told me all I needed to know about the characters and how much I need to lower the volume or even fast forward in certain cutscenes. Thank God for that because again, I can't listen to what Neon Violet has to say for the 20th time. The voice direction as a whole is one of my major complaints for Neon White here, and it could be because of my Japanese dub bias, there's no doubt about that, where I would prefer to listen to the Japanese voice actors while playing an anime like game or RPG. But man oh man, sadly it just doesn't cut it for me here no matter how far I get into this game. I will give credit to Steve Blum and the rest of the cast because they did a phenomenal job, but I just wish the dialogue could have been written better. Make no mistake, I really enjoy this game, bar none than what I've played thus far, but when the voice direction and the voice acting as a whole kinda impedes the overall aesthetic and gameplay of what this game is, and it's the entire opposite of it by the way, it kinda starts to get a little bit annoying if you get what I mean here, but seeing that we are speaking about the gameplay itself, do you guys like speed? Speed and reaction time are two things you will need for gameplay here, and if that's not your cup of tea, then sadly this game isn't for you, no matter how hard I'm trying to force you to buy this game. Of course, that is if you are playing the Nintendo Switch version, because trust me when I say this, your best bets to play this is on the Steam version with the mouse and keyboard controls, ladies and gentlemen, because good luck with the Pro Controller and all its wonkiness. Also, please don't try the gyroscope either. Like, oh man, what is this? As much as I love this game, they should have done a good job with the controls here too. To kind of lighten the mood here a little bit, I will say for certainty that the music of Neon White will absolutely not disappoint you in the slightest. Machine Girl, the composer behind this, is truly an artist beyond belief. And trust me when I say this, the music is phenomenal, definitely worth a listen if I were you, and definitely 2 thumbs up for me on my end. In fact, do you remember those old Minecraft parkour maps that people used to make back in the day where you would need to jump on platforms that would require precision jumping or sprint jumping to get across and reach the end? And occasionally with the newer updates too, like, oh man, the slime blocks and the speed potions, man, you would get insane levels of parkour maps back then. But you get what I'm trying to say here? Well, that's basically what Neon White is as a whole in terms of its platforming and parkour traversal. A more edgier anime and fast-paced parkour Minecraft map with Angel for cats, sadistic bunny girls, and a voice line that will absolutely, I guarantee this, will ring inside your head every single time you finish every single mission.
Not bad for a dead guy, huh?
Oh man, I freaking love this game. Considering the fact that this is also an FPS alongside being a visual novel of that of Danganronpa, you gotta shoot, run, and jump your way to the end while also speedrunning in the process to get a better rank. The faster you beat each stage and complete each of the story missions, the easier it is to basically beat the game as a whole. But that's assuming you can get all the gold or platinum medals the first try, and if you're someone like me, yeah, that means you're gonna be backtracking like a lot. However, that's not a detriment at all to this game, because even if at some cases it can feel rather forced to go back to playing the original stages you've completed the first time just to get a better rank, the stages are ridiculously short, and if you enjoyed them the first time, then the second or third time should be a better experience as you find newer ways of beating the stage at a much quicker pace, find collectibles that you miss along the way as well, and just experiment with the controls overall. Especially again with the Nintendo Switch controls, because trust me, you're gonna need a very long time and a huge level of patience just to understand the mechanics of the Pro Controller here. Alongside the speed-based platforming, you're also given these cards to use as weapons and abilities should you discard them, allowing you a double jump boost, a swift speed boost, and a stomp ability that puts Stonix to shame, and plenty more that you can gather, utilize, and continue on with the fast momentum the game expects you to do. It grants you movement diversity for an FPS and can provide some really fun speed runs whenever possible, especially for those stages you missed out on the gold or ace medals the first time through. Hey, plus later in the game you get to use a grappling hook with a rocket launcher, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, well, I fell. Seeing that I did speak about speedrunning this game and its overall fast-paced momentum, I do have an absolute guaranteed feeling that speedruns will be a thing for this game. There is no doubt about that. Its coding is written all over the place with that, and I am all for it 120%. Speedruns for the win, yo. Oh wait, I'm sorry guys. It's actually speedruns for the win, bro. As a whole, Neon White's platforming is very action-paced and quite smooth when you get down to it, and the overall level design can vary from time to time, though for the most part you are expected to see the same tropes of simple block platforming, glass breakage, and non-stop Doom-style action, but still, at the end of the day, it's a very fun time given what is presented so far. The gameplay isn't something that downright tries to bully you, but it is something that does require a little more effort in your platforming skills and reactionary time, so I recommend playing a lot of Sonic Unleashed if I were you, if you want to get down to playing Neon White here. That and your aiming, since again, that's gonna be a necessity in some missions more so than others. Trust me on this one, because oh man, again, I cannot tell you the amount of times the Nintendo Switch did not trust the process. Oh, I also didn't stress this as much, but yeah, there's also side quests and extras to get as well, like gifts to give your fellow Neons to trigger visual novel dialogues and side quests that, Okay, well, I gotta be honest here, it makes me wish that I should have bought this on the PC once again, given how annoying the Switch controller handles the camera here, but you know what, it is what it is, and honestly, knowing me, I don't think buying this on the PC would have made that much of a difference. In the end, I don't want to keep you all from the experience that Neon White ultimately presents, and I do encourage you highly to get this game whenever possible. Like I've said, or I don't think I've stressed it enough throughout the video, it's only 25 bucks, and it's definitely worth more than any other game that's out there currently. Believe me when I say that, and if not, then I still hope you understand this sentiment to some capacity here. This game is absolutely amazing in every right, and definitely a game worth playing in the end. However, all good things must come to a close here, because this is all I can really say about Neon White without, again, spoiling too much of the story. I really want you guys to experience Neon White for yourselves. Truly peak fiction in my opinion, or at least truly something worthy of getting Game of the Year this year. I guarantee it. Even though there were some gripes with it on my end, that does not hinder at all the love and appreciation I have for this game. And honestly, I think it was a perfect time to kind of talk about it, considering that we have Kirby down the line. I know we have Superstars and Superstars Ultra to take care of. Obviously, Pokemon Generation 2 is something amiss. I understand you guys want that as well, but I want to cover a lot more games. I want to experience a lot more games before obviously hinging myself to a bunch of franchises back in the day. But hey man, that's all on my end. That's all stuff I need to cover, because now it's time to come to a close here. So thank you guys so much for all the support as always. Keep being awesome, keep spreading love and kindness into the world, and keep improving yourselves each and every day by 1%. And know that I love you guys forever and always to 120. And I can't wait to see you all next time. Remember guys, stay freaking sexy, stay safe out there, and well, take care.